Hello everybody, welcome back for the second video on Trade Fleet. In the first video we went over the actual cards themselves in a kind of a cursory fashion, but in this video we're going to go over actually how to play the game. So here, pretty much the game works like this. Each player is going to get 5 cards drawn from a deck randomly, and then the rest of the deck will serve as a draw pile. And pretty much the game will be played in turns. During a player's turn, they'll have pretty much one main action they can take during their turn, and then they can redraw cards back up to 5 cards for their hand. So pretty much here are the actions that a player can take during their turn. They can play a port card forward. They can turn in their goods for gold. They can play a particular event card, which some of the ones that were shown in the last video. They can play one of those. Or if they don't have anything they want to play or can play, they can discard 2 or 3 of their cards and redraw cards for the next turn. So pretty much let's explain how this actually works. Now obviously, as I explained earlier, the goal of the game is to pretty much turn in goods for gold. That's pretty much the main goal. But in order to turn in your goods for gold, the first thing you have to have played a port card on an earlier turn in order to set yourself up to turn in goods for gold. Now let's explain how this works. Suppose on my first turn, I play Guadalupe as my port card to set myself up for my next turn to turn in goods. You'll notice that on a port card, you'll notice that there are basically for every single good in the game, there's a number next to every single good on every single port card. The number indicates how much gold you'll get for every item, for every card that you turn in, indicating that particular good. So for example, I'm going to give there's one quick rule that needs to be known for this particular mechanic, and it applies to when you're turning in multiple goods. So let's just get the Martinique out of the way and let's explain this. So let's suppose on my first turn I play Guadalupe, and then when my turn comes back to me for my second turn, I want to turn in these Cacao for gold. So pretty much I'll turn them in, and then I'll look to the actual card to see how much gold I get for each card. So for Guadalupe, there's a 3. The fonts are a lot better than this camera shows, but you get 3. It appears to indicate that you get 3 gold for every card. So you would think that you get 9 gold. But according to the rules of the game, whenever you turn in multiple cards of the same item, you're going to have to, for the first card you get the full amount of gold, and for the next any number of cards after that you get 1 less gold. So for Cacao, if it says 3, you're going to get 3 for the first card, and then you're going to get 2 gold for each of these, for a total of 7 gold in this particular instance. That's pretty much probably the main mechanic in the game for getting gold. Pretty much playing a port card, and then on a later turn playing goods cards to be able to redeem. You can redeem your goods cards for gold on a later turn after you play a port card on a turn, and then later you get your trade. Okay, that's pretty much the main mechanic. And then in the next video I'm going to talk about the happenings card, which are pretty much the event cards that add kind of a spice to the game, where you pretty much foil your opponents, and you also can add gold, and there are some other things. That's pretty much all for this video. Thanks for watching.